The content of this video is for educational purposes only. What you do with this information is at your own risk. Thank you for watching. Enjoy!
How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be installing the Grand Theft Auto 3 port onto our Switch. So I just wanted to show y'all that it's working, and I wasn't teasing anybody when I showed my picture on my community tab. Without further ado, let's go ahead and check it out. Alright, so in order to get this port of Grand Theft Auto 3 on your Switch, you're going to need two things for today. The first thing you're going to need is Custom Firmware on your Switch. I am using Atmosphere 14.4. And the next thing you need is this one zip file. So if you look in the description down below, there's going to be a link that should say the GTA 3 Switch zip download. But once you click on that link, it should take you to the page where you can start the download process. And after you're done, you can have it dragged to the desktop like I have done already. And now we can use our zipping software to extract into our SD card. I'm going to be using 7-zip, so if you don't have 7-zip, I'll leave a link in the description down below so that way you can download it for yourself and follow along with me here. But once you open your zip file with 7-zip, you're going to see that there's one Switch folder and one Grand Theft Auto NSP. So all you're going to need to do is highlight both of these files and have them extracted into the root or the empty space of your SD card. So just let that process transfer over. Now it is a pretty big file. As you can see, it is 2 gigs of file space. So it might take some time. Alright, so after all the files extract to your SD card, you should now have a Grand Theft Auto NSP folder. And we should have inside the Switch folder this RE3 folder. And this has all the information of the Grand Theft Auto 3 port. So now our SD card is done. We're going to be needing to install this NSP folder. So if you don't have Goldleaf or Tinfoil or AWU installer already, I'll leave a link in the description down below so that way you can grab that for yourself as well. But other than that, we are done here. Okay, so before we go into the Switch, I'd like to share some very important information with y'all with this file setup. So in the description down below, there's also going to be a link that should say the RE3NX reverse engineered page of information, something like that. But once you click on that link, it should lead you here. And this is where the developer is explaining everything that he's done with this project, and as well as other developers that helped. But the important information that I'm talking about is the errors that you could come across when using these files. So I will be going through some of these errors. Hopefully they happen to me, so that way I can explain why they do. But here it says, while officially runs at 1080 at 30 frames, you can use it to give higher resolution if you like. Sometimes audio files do not work. You can go ahead and scroll down here. Here's another one that does happen, and I'm going to be able to show you. It says the game might look weird like if you have double vision when docking and undocking. In this case, you need to restart. If it doesn't work restarting, you can go ahead and fix it by changing your graphic settings from 1080 by 720 to 1920 by 1080 for docked mode. But I'll be showing that as we go along. But here you go, guys. If you want to go ahead and read upon what this valuable information, you can also go into their GitHub with the releases. Now normally here I say you download this and extract all these files, but you need to get Grand Theft Auto 3 of your own files to configure with your SD card. But thankfully, to our good friend Taco on our Discord, he has made the archive already configured with his file setup. So that way you don't have to do all that hard work. And what I did to finalize his setup was I created an NSP folder so that way it can be on your Switch home menu. So now that we know all this information, we can now go into our Switch, and I'll see y'all when I get there. Alright, so here we are on our Switch home menu. And the first thing we're going to want to do is go into our Homebrew. And here we can see that we have the RE3. So if this looks like for yours, then you're good to go. And what we need to do now is install the NSP folder, so that way we can have it on our Switch home menu and also use the power of the Switch home menu instead of Homebrew. So I'm going to be using Goldleaf. And here you can go to Explore Content, then SD card, and look for the NSP folder that was provided. Go ahead and follow the instructions. Install to SD card. NSP installation, and it's pretty small, so it should install very quickly, and when you push home it should be right there. So hopefully everything works out for y'all in that sense. But of course, if it doesn't work for y'all, it should, but you can also use the Homebrew menu without applet mode. So of course, that's when you have an installed game. Hold R with your right Joy-Con, enter the game while holding R, keep holding it until you enter Homebrew without applet mode, and here you can use the Grand Theft Auto 3 port if the NSP forwarder doesn't work for you. But it should. I've installed it and so many times just to make sure everything was okay. But that's pretty much it, guys, and we can go ahead and check it out. Okay, so Grand Theft Auto 3 start menu, we can just go ahead, start a new game, and I'm going to show y'all one of the first things that happens when you start on dock mode, and I'll show you how to fix it. Alright, so here on dock mode, if you enter the game for the first time, you might experience this, where you see that there is two guys, like a double vision of the game, and that is not good. That's what the dev is saying on that page. So there's going to be known issues like this, and right now this is how you fix this game. Also, another bug is if you try to exit back to the menu, it'll freeze your switch. So if you try and quit game and go back to the menu, it'll actually freeze your switch, and you have to close out manually. So these are known bugs that if you read that page, it would be saying to you. So you're going to push home and exit out like this. Unfortunately, this is the only way. And sometimes when you exit out like this, it will crash on you as well, but that's okay. So now what we need to do is go back into Grand Theft Auto. And here, if you're going to be using dock mode only, you're going to want to go into options. And here you're going to want to change the graphics setup. And you see that my screen resolution above my head says 1280 by 720. You're going to want to push to the right one time. And now it says 1920 by 1080. And after you change that option, what you can do now is just push A, and now it should change your graphics. So now when you go back into start game, you should now not have that double vision. Alright, so there you go. Now I do not have that double vision. Another known issue is with audio. I haven't had any issues with audio while playing this, but let's go ahead and show you just a little bit. I need to turn off the radio first. I don't want to get copyrighted with this radio. But there you go, guys. Everything's working fine on my end. The button configuration could be better. Like A is for the gas, and X is to reverse. And you know, you'll figure out the buttons as you go along. But it's running pretty dang good. You might have some stutters as you're changing through cities or like towns, which is the same thing. But for the most part, I haven't had any issues. Like I said, the biggest one was the audio issue, but the files that Taco had archived for us, haven't had to do anything with the audio, and the game has been running really smooth. Apart from those small glitches or stutters that you might see. Everything's working fine, guys, and I'll go ahead and keep playing just a little bit longer so that way you can see how it runs. I'm going to be trying to run at full speed so that way I can change things. Did I just run over a cup and I didn't get in trouble? But yeah, this is great. This has got good nostalgia. If you read that same page with the developer, they talk about doing Vice City next, and that is pretty cool. If you're used to the old buttons like on the PlayStation, it is a whole lot different here, so it's kind of hard to get into or the configuration. I think the cop did that on purpose. Hurry, jump in. Faster. Okay. Don't mind the cops. I'll take you where you gotta go. I'm here. Oh, really? I have to reverse into the spot. First mission down. Thank you, Missy. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it. Everything's working fine on my end. I hope everything works out for you too. If you have any troubles, of course, leave a comment down below and I'll try and help you out as best I can. But it should be just straightforward. Extract to your SD card. I suggest using 7-zip. I have never had any issues with it. Also, leave a comment down below if it worked for you. If you like this video, thumbs up is appreciated. If you liked this content, a subscribe is appreciated. If you want to join our community on Discord, you can go ahead and join that there. There's several links in the description down below, or you can join any one of my social media sites and follow me on all those places and come and say hi on our Discord community. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.